Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. Creating a login and registration form using HTML and CSS is a fundamental task for web development. In this tutorial, I will guide you through the process step by step, providing code examples and explanations. Step 1. Setting up the HTML structure. We will create a simple HTML document with two forms, one for registration and one for login. Explanation of HTML. 1. Doctype and language. The document starts with doctype HTML, which tells the browser that this is an HTML5 document. The language is set to English. 2. Head section. This includes meta tags for character set and viewport settings, a title for the document, and a link to an external CSS file. 3. Body section. A div with the class container to wrap the forms. 2 separate forms for login and registration. Each form has inputs for username, email, only in registration, and password. There are buttons for submitting the forms. Links to toggle between the login and registration forms. Step 2. Adding CSS for styling. Now, let's add some styles to make our forms look better. Create a file named styles.css and add the following code. Explanation of CSS. 1. Body styles. The body is styled to center the container vertically and horizontally and to have a light gray background. 2. Container styles. The container has a white background, padding, rounded corners, and a subtle box shadow. 3. Form styles. The form aligns its elements vertically, and each input and button has padding and margin for spacing. 4. Button and link styles. The button has a green background that changes to a darker shade on hover. Links are styled to appear blue and underline on hover. 5. Hidden class. The hidden class is used to control the visibility of the forms. Step 3. Adding JavaScript for functionality. To toggle between the login and registration forms, create a file named script.js and add the following code. Explanation of JavaScript. 1. Event listeners. We add click event listeners to the links that toggle between the login and registration forms. 2. Class manipulation. When the user clicks on register here, the login form is hidden, and the registration form is displayed, and vice versa. Final thoughts? This tutorial has covered the basics of creating a login and registration form using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. The forms are simple but can be expanded with features like form validation, error messages, and server-side integration depending on your project needs. You can further enhance the forms by adding animations, using libraries like Bootstrap for better styling, or integrating back-end logic for user authentication.